And cool. Yeah, so welcome. I would love to know how you guys are feeling. If you guys want to type in the chat box, how are you feeling? Are you feeling inspired? Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling all the things? Yeah, just type in the chat box. Whatever you're feeling, I would love to know what's going on for you guys to get a little bit of a share. And yeah, whatever is going on. I'm feeling really excited. I feel excited to be sharing with you guys and to be, sharing hearty space. I can't wait. Tess is excited to see the little pearls of wisdom you have. Ooh, exciting. I'm excited to share them with you. Thanks for being here. And also I want to open the floor if anyone wants to share it out loud as well. If you guys want to share your name and how you're feeling as well, you guys are welcome to do that. Otherwise, the chat box is great. Go for it, Christine.
I'll share. I'm excited right now. I'm Christine, obviously. Hi, Jeremy. I'm excited. I'm a little bit frazzled because I was just having a cry session before I came on here because I had some major realizations about my childhood. But I'm excited because I know that what I'm going through right now is where I'm meant to be. And I'm experiencing triggers right now that are just really in my face. And Paige, you helped me with those. You helped me to bring me to that level with the aspecting thing with money that we talked about. But so that's why I'm sort of a bit of a nervous mess and my voice is really shaky right now. But I'm feeling good. Other than that, I'm feeling like I'm reaching a higher perspective.
Yeah, awesome. Kudos to you for doing the work and showing up anyway, right? It's like so often when we get triggered, so easy to hide. So I want to really thank you for showing up regardless and being here with your heart open when there's triggers. And that's the beautiful thing. When you start to see stuff, you can see it everywhere in your life. And then you're like, holy shit, like that dysfunction is riddled everywhere in my life. But the beautiful part of that is when you're at your nervous system is starting to adjust with like that feeling, those sensations that are going on in your body right now, that's your nervous system actually shifting and changing to this new direction of consciousness that's now come to your forefront too. Because a lot of the time as humans, it's like we want to avoid all those uncomfortable feelings of shakiness or nervousness and feeling like that activation of our nervous system. But that really is a lot of integration as well, because your body has to adjust to this new openness of consciousness or new direction or new fulfillment of your own consciousness. Your nervous system has to catch up as well. And if you think about your body and your emotions, like we're still human, right? It's like we can have this conscious awareness, but we're still going to have the same bodily reactions. We're still animals. We still have a lot of those responses. So it takes a little bit more time for our body to catch up. So thank you for sharing that, because it is important to know that the healing does come after a couple of days, or it's a gradual integration after you've made that awareness. It starts to integrate slowly. So thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful. And Jeremy said, looking forward to this all day, quite relaxed and meditative. Awesome. It's really nice to have a masculine presence in here. It's really beautiful. I assume that you and Christine obviously know each other, which is really awesome. And Tess and Cami are my friends in Queensland, so it feels nice. Everyone's here. Did anyone else want to share anything out loud, or are you guys like happy to just listen? I just want to open the floor in case anyone's heart is racing and wants to share.
I just want to add that I've been really sick for a few days, so I'm like really tired. If I yawn a lot, it's not because I'm disinterested. I just can't stop yawning because I've been really sick, but I'm really interested. And I'm sorry for yawning a lot, probably.
Oh, thanks for letting me know. That's totally okay. Yawn away. Do you let yourself recover? Let that energy expenditure come out through yawning. Let it all go and be you. Thanks for sharing. Cool. Anyone else? We'll hang out here for a minute in case anyone else wants to share their voice.
Hey, I'm just really excited and I just fully trust you to take us through this journey. So I want to thank you and
Yay. Exciting. I'm excited. It feels so nice to have people I love here. You know, Jeremy, I haven't met you before, but I already love you. This is great. Awesome. Cool. So I will just speak into a little bit about how the structure will work here this evening. So I usually do everything intuitively. I have a rough structure, but I always follow my heart and where it wants to lead to in everything that I teach, and especially in Synchronise Me, because that's what we teach here. We teach about living in the heart. And living in the heart is not always easy. It is joyful and it is simple, but it's not always easy because you've got to anchor back into that. And we can get distracted by a lot of our dysfunctions, but we've got to anchor back. And that's really what we do here, is teaching about both. Like, how does the heart feel? And how does also our fear feel? How does our dysfunction feel? Our beliefs, our stories, and where is that leading us to? Because essentially we always have two choices or two paths. We can either choose our heart or not our heart. And really, that's just it. That's what it really comes down to on a microcosmic level. That's what we're choosing. And we have to be able to have awareness of both. Because if we only have awareness of one and the other one is unconscious, it can start to leak through our life and we're not seeing it. And it's normal, right? It is normal to be that way. There's no person on this earth, no matter how enlightened they are, there's no matter Gandhi or whoever it is, whatever guru you want to look towards, they still have an ego, and it's there to keep us safe. If we didn't have an ego, we would probably be dead by now, because it literally is there to keep us safe. It's our anchor into this three-dimensional world, and our heart is connected to our higher self, to God, or whatever words you want to use. But our ego is here to really anchor us and make sure we're safe here and to keep us alive. And its job is to actually separate you from that higher perspective, because its job is here. It's 3D and your heart is multidimensional. And so tonight, what I'm going to share with you is a really powerful tool to be able for you guys to actually feel and to see the difference of what it feels like. Because as humans, we base everything on emotion. Every decision we make is an emotional decision, and we can either be choosing from love or choosing from fear. And even if you think you're not choosing from an emotion, you are. And that's what Synchronise Me is about. It's about your emotions, but being able to feel where you're coming from. So what you can create is planted or grown from a seed planted from either love or fear. Because if you plant a seed through your actions and choices of fear, you're only going to create more of that. But if you take an action or make a choice based on love, you're going to create more of that. And you'll start to notice the difference between the two of how it actually feels in your body. And so that's what we're going to be working with tonight. That was a little bit of a tangent, but I'm passionate about it. That's what we're going to be going into, is our 2 life paths. And yeah, what we're going to be doing is that practice, and then I'll be talking about Synchronise Me. And this is for you guys to feel Synchronise Me. Obviously, there's already Christine who is here, and lots of other people too who aren't here tonight. But this is for you guys to feel what it's about. And you guys are either here because you want to receive, or because you love me and you just want to receive from me, or you're here and you're interested in actually doing work with yourself, or you want to evolve in some way. There's a reason why you're here, whatever that is. And yeah, my intention for tonight is to serve you guys in what Synchronise Me is about. And then I'll speak more about Synchronise Me and give you guys the option to join if you want to. And if you don't, and that's not true for you, great. You're going to go and do something else somewhere else. And that's okay, because everyone in Synchronise Me, we want it to be really true for. And if it's not true for you, then that's perfectly okay. I'll happily redirect you somewhere else, to someone who's better suited for you. If you're wanting to integrate your sexuality or create some sort of a business, then I'll redirect you in a different way. Or if you're really wanting to integrate your emotions, great. Synchronise Me is for you. But that's what we're going to be here for, is to discover that regardless, you're going to get value out of this. So whether you're interested in Synchronise Me or not, it's perfect, because you're still going to get something out of it, and you're going to get healing from it. So thank you all for choosing your healing and being here. So I just want to share with you guys a little bit of my story, and I guess introduce myself to people who don't know me and don't know my whole journey. My name is Paige, obviously. Hopefully I did say that already. If I didn't, I'm sorry. My name is Paige. And yeah, I've been on a huge journey in my own emotional integration, and that's why I'm here. I was in the past drinking, partying a lot, suppressing a lot of my emotions, really living an unhealthy lifestyle in a lot of ways, because I was really choosing people who weren't showing me my greatness or weren't anchoring me back into my heart. And I wasn't living a life that I really loved. A lot of the time I was really suppressing my emotions. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't know what I wanted to create. I didn't know what love felt like. I didn't know what anger felt like. I was totally confused by what emotion even felt like. And a lot of people are like that today. And I really hit rock bottom, where I was partying so much, and I was, a lot of the time I didn't have a memory of a lot of my life, because I was partying so much. And what really shifted things was when I went traveling, and I moved out of my friendship group and was like, oh, there's actually other things in life other than just drinking and partying every weekend. And then I came home, and that's when my journey really, really began, was when I actually started to spend time alone, to contemplate, to actually try and figure out who the hell I was outside of partying, outside of suppressing all of this stuff, outside of, pretending I was someone that I wasn't. So I really went on this journey of finding Tantra, which is a lot of emotional expression techniques, which is what we do some part of in Synchronise Me. And I really learned how to feel there, but it didn't feel like it was the whole picture for me. I felt like there was something more, and that was the creative development. I was like, okay, how does my heart actually express in the world? How does it actually be? What does that look like for Paige? Like, what is her heart? Who is that? I wanted to find out who that was and move towards that, and actually start taking action towards that, because Tantra for me was a lot of feeling emotions and moving that, and moving a lot of the past, which is really, really powerful. Never going to tell someone not to do that. But I also wanted to know how to be a powerful creator and how to really anchor into that. And that's when I found my coach. His name was William. He absolutely transformed my life. And one of these practices that we're going to do tonight is a little flavor of Paige sprinkle of what he used to teach me. So it's a little bit of both. I'm adding my own little Midas touch onto it. But that absolutely transformed my life. I invested $13,000 into this man, and it was the most amount of money I've ever invested in a year. And I was like, what am I doing? This is crazy. But every single time I was like, how am I going to pay for this month? It would always come. And it was because of the tools that he taught me. It was so, so important. And I use them every single day for the last 3.5 years. I have never not used this tool or these tools. And it has literally transformed my life, going from really not feeling my emotions and not actually understanding what it felt like, not even having any boundaries for myself, and not being able to speak my truth, not being able to communicate about anything, to now being the total opposite of that. It's like almost mind-boggling when I think about it, because I'm really expressive, and I was always expressive, but in a way that was totally unconscious. And now everything that I choose is really conscious. I make sure that I'm choosing from my heart. And if I make a mistake in some way, or I forget and some fear comes up, I have the tools to anchor back. And I live a life now where I have amazing people around me, like you guys, right? My friends here in Queensland, who I love so much. And I've traveled all over Australia, even in COVID times, and even in lockdowns. Like I've made it work, and I've created an online business, and I've created amazing clients who are transforming every single day. And I'm able to just live such a healthy lifestyle. I eat everything organic, and I'm really, really healthy, and I have amazing people around me, and everything's thriving. And I would not be here if I didn't actually have these tools or have this awareness. And I think that's what I really want to get through to you guys tonight, or if not, just make some sort of a landing there for you, that if you use tools that you learn, whether it's from here, if you use this tool that I teach you tonight on a daily basis, I can guarantee you it will help you transform if you use it. And that's just the choice. Like, we actually have to choose to use the tools, and that's the important thing, because you can literally create the impossible in your life if you are connected to your power, if you are really connected to the power of your heart, because your heart will never lead you to be homeless, to have no money, to have no food. It's just not your heart. Your heart would never do that. No one's heart would. And so if you anchored into that, you can literally create anything. And I have resistance to being so celebratory of my life, because it feels like to my ego, it's like, oh, stop boasting about your life. But actually, it's just a reminder that anybody and everybody can have everything that you want. You can literally have everything you want. There is no limitations. The only limitations is what your ego is telling you. That's it. Your heart is like, I can do this. I can have $1 million. I can have 6 boyfriends if I want to. I can have like 3 houses. I can do whatever I want, and it's going to be okay. And that's literally it, because we are the universe expressing itself. And it's the universe just understanding itself through us. We're not meant to express the same way. We're all meant to express differently and to our fullest potential. Because if you could imagine the whole world living their biggest, heartiest potential, the world would be so different. And I think that's the most important thing here is to just use the tools and be able to choose your heart. And that's what I really want to share with you guys. I'm getting passionate again, and I'm talking, and it happens, and I do go off on a bit of a tangent, but yeah, I just want you guys to know that please use this tool. Whatever you do, use it, and share it with people as well. I give you permission to share it with your loved ones as well. So that leads me into one of my favorite tools. This is a little bit of a sprinkle of Midas touch of what one of my mentors has taught me. And there is a practice similar to this in Synchronise Me, but this is going to be a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into 2 different paths tonight. I'm going to get you connected to your heart, and we're going to walk that path together. And just know that obviously everyone's heart path is going to look and feel different. It's meant to. And same as your ego. It's going to look and feel different depending on where you're at as well. And we're going to walk down those paths. We're going to get you familiar with that. What does that feel like as a visceral experience internally? How does it feel energetically? How does it feel mentally? And we're going to feel that and go into both. And we're going to use a little bit of intuition, because just FYI, you all have one, even if you think that it doesn't work sometimes. It's always working, but we can convince ourselves that our intuition isn't working, or it's against us, or we're just not intuitive. Not a thing. If you get one thing from this call tonight, you're intuitive. I was going to swear then. I was going to say intuitive as fuck. I'm going to say it anyway, because you're totally intuitive, and so many people forget their own magic. But this is going to connect you with your intuition, and I'm going to guide you guys through it. So just know that whatever comes from this, whatever you hear, whatever you see, whatever you feel, just let it be there. Because the intentions that we're going to set tonight before we go into this is going to anchor you into the truth. And your intuition works differently. Some people might be more seers, get more visions. Other people might hear more. You might feel more. You might know more. Everyone is always different. So just know whatever comes, let it be there, and just notice it. That's all we're going to do tonight. And we're going to get some valuable information from this. Cool. Alrighty. Does anybody have any questions, anything they want to share before we get into it? No? Yep. Cool. So if you haven't already, get comfortable, have a seated position. You can lie down for this if you want to, but if you're prone to falling asleep, please don't. Just lie down and try and sit up if you can. All right, we're going to step into our heart's path first. It's always nice. Danke there. Cool. Okay, so just take a moment to close your eyes. and just noticing the space around you. Noticing where you are, the room that you're in, the seat underneath you, and noticing your breath. Breathing in through your nose, feeling the breath come right through your nose, your sinuses, to back of your throat. Feeling your belly rise and fall with your breath. And just noticing if there's any tension in your body anywhere. If you notice heaviness in your chest as you breathe, it feels a bit more challenging to breathe. Or if your breath feels full and open. And if there's any tension, just letting out some sighs if you need to. And you're muted, so you don't need to worry about distracting anyone. And just taking a moment to set the intention to really be of service to yourself and the highest good. And just acknowledging that intention within you. And also just setting the intention to really choose to get the benefit of this practice, which is to see both your heart's path and your ego's path. To see both of you. And then just taking a moment to just connect with your heart. Perhaps you want to put a hand on your heart, just to really bring your focus and awareness there. And just taking some deep breaths, letting your chest, your heart expand. And you can let out some sighs here too in your heart if you feel. And as you intentionally connect with your heart, just allowing emptiness to come over your body. Emptiness as in curiosity. Like you're not empty of sadness, but emptiness of opportunity. If anything is possible here. As you're allowing yourself to open and to receive. And just letting your body and your mind empty. And choosing to connect with that curious child within. And staying with your heart. And I just want you to imagine that there is golden light within your heart. And this golden light is your purest love, your purest potential, your absolute greatness, the part of you that is connected to everything through all time and space. It's limitless potential. It's what you love the most in this world. Your heart's truest expression. And as you're imagining this golden light within your heart, I just want you to now invite it to start expanding slowly and gently through your chest. And breathing into it and noticing how it feels in your chest. as you imagine it here. Maybe it feels light, maybe it feels open. Maybe it feels ticklish or tingly or exciting. And there's no right or wrong, just whatever you notice is perfect. Just keep focusing on that heart, that orb. Really deeply connecting with that love within you. And as you're connected here with your heart now, I just want you to ask yourself, what would you love to create? If you could have anything in the world from this space of love, what would it be? Be really honest with yourself. Let your heart speak to you. What would you love to create in 3 months, in 4 months, in a year's time? Perhaps it's a relationship or a home, community living, a farm, travel. There's absolutely no limits here. And when you've got that thing you want to create, I want you to imagine now in your mind's eye that vision of what you want to create is an orb of golden light in the distance in front of you. And that vision is calling you, and you know that you can have it. And all it's asking of you is to take the next step towards it. And when you're connected to love, your heart here, what is your next step towards that vision? Letting your heart speak to you. What's your next step? Perhaps it's speaking to somebody or asking someone a question or crunching some numbers or getting some help, getting some healing. Or maybe it's just buying that thing that you really want. Maybe it's connecting with people. And I want you to imagine now that when you take that first step, the next one automatically appears. And you know the next step you need to take. You know the next action, the next choice you need to make, as you are making every choice for that vision that you would love to create. And you're letting your heart move you here. And when you take that next step, really allowing yourself to feel it. What does that next step feel like? Does it feel like it's on the edge, like it's an edgy, but it's exciting? Does it feel easy or in flow? And I just want you to keep walking. Keep letting your heart guide you towards this vision. Keep taking the next obvious steps from your heart and noticing the sensations in your body as you move down this path. And with every step, just trusting that the next will appear, and you'll know. Your heart always knows. Noticing who's around in each step. Noticing sensations, the subtleties of your body as you're moving through this path. And keep taking those steps. Maybe you're moving fast, or maybe you're moving really slow. Again, there's no right or wrong. Noticing when you get closer to that vision, if you're really creating what you truly love, how it feels to be getting closer and closer, and that you are creating that. You are doing that. No one else is. You and your heart working together for love. If you get distracted at any point, just come back. And when you step into that vision, when you finally get there, after you've taken all of these steps, I want you to revel here. Revel in your vision, allowing yourself to really feel it. When you've achieved a thing that you've always wanted, that you would really love more than anything, just acknowledging that you created that, and looking back on all of those steps that you'd taken to get there. You did that. Feeling that sense of accomplishment, of pride, of living your dream. Notice the colors, maybe the sounds, the people, the feeling. And how it feels to your body. Maybe it feels like home. Maybe it feels out of this world. Maybe it feels uncomfortable in a beautiful way. And as you're here, claiming this space as yours and choosing it. Choosing that for yourself. And just taking some deep breaths here. Really letting your nervous system adjust to this vision, so your nervous system can catch up in knowing that it is yours. And noticing the core emotion that you feel in this vision. Is it love? Is it joy? Pleasure? Greatness? Power? And just taking a mental note of all of those steps you took. If not, just some. And whenever you feel ready in your own time, just acknowledging that vision, thanking yourself, thanking your heart for showing you that vision. Taking a few deep breaths and just coming back to the space, to letting that vision go. Whenever you feel ready. And in a moment, we're going to step into our other path. And I just want you to, again, keep that vision just in your awareness. I feel so soft after that. That was so nice, stepping into that energy with you. It's really beautiful. So just acknowledging that. And of course, your heart is always speaking to you of what you would love. But just as much, your ego is speaking to you just as much. And your ego, again, is designed to create separation, not because it's evil, because it wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you the same in what it knows. Your ego has to know how it is in order to keep you safe. So often when we follow our heart, we only know the next step once we take the next step, and then the next one will light up. And to our ego, that's freaking scary. Doesn't like it very much. Not at all. And so our ego will have a contradiction or will have an argument as to why you should not do that. You would all, I have no doubt, would have experiences in your life where you've intuitively felt something and not listened, and it turned out painful in some way, where you're like, should have listened to that thing. Damn it. Everyone has that story, right? And that's because our ego will pipe up in some way. And so I just want you guys to reflect for a moment. If your vision that you just stepped into is your heart, which it is your heart, why to your ego, what stories are you holding around why you can't have that? What are your thoughts around that? And what is the emotion around that? As an example, if my heart's vision is, well, I'll tell you one of my heart's visions is to create a ritual product business for plants. That's one of my things, right? That feels very big for me. To my ego, that's my heart. Why can I not have that? What stories am I holding around that? Stories of, I feel like the story that I have around that is the capability of actually being able to hold a whole entire business on my own. There'd be more capacity actually. And it would be more so my capacity, my mental capacity. I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm not capable enough to do that. That feels like too much. What stories are going on for you? Why can't you have that? Why haven't you already got that? What have you been telling yourself that you cannot do that thing? Is it because if you go for a certain relationship, your story is love sucks, it hurts, love always ends eventually, nothing's forever? Is that a story you're telling yourself? Well, why can't you have that? What's actually going on for you in your thoughts? And I just want you to take a moment to actually reflect, to close your eyes, and again, just choose to be of service to yourself and to actually really seeing and taking responsibility. Why aren't you already living that? Why do you think you can't? What thoughts are going on? Maybe it's, that seems so far away. It seems so hard. What will people think of me? What if I get rejected? What if they don't like me? What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? What if I go for it and I fail? How embarrassing. Maybe that's a story. And being really honest with yourself here, because it's so easy to not want to look at it, to not want to see it. And when you have some of those stories, some of those thoughts, how does it feel to have those stories about yourself? What's the emotion? Is it grief? Is it sadness? Is it fear? Is it anger? Shame? And just noticing which one you responded to the most as I went through those emotions. Or maybe there's another one. Mine is fear. And when you identify that emotion that you're feeling, your egoic emotion, in regards to having everything you want, I just want you to anchor that, to really feel what that fear feels like in your body. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel contracting? Does it feel suffocating? Does it feel like there's a pressure on your chest or your shoulders or your head, your eyes? Where do you feel it in your body? And there's no right or wrong. You could feel it in multiple places, or you could feel it everywhere, or you could feel it in one place. And wherever you feel it, just noticing what that fear now, those stories, those thoughts, that emotion, that egoic emotion, what is that telling you to do now? What's the next step from your ego's path? Perhaps it's to hide. Perhaps it's to not talk to people. What are you choosing? What are you actively choosing and actioning from a space of fear? Really letting the fear actually run here. What does it look like when you choose from fear? Are you moving towards what you would love? Or are you moving further away from it? Are you with people or are you separating yourself? Are you showing up authentically or are you overgiving so people will like you? Are you crossing your own boundaries so people will like you and love you? Are you saying yes to things you actually want to say no to? Are you investing money in places that you know aren't good for you? Or are you not investing anything on yourself? Are you running away? Are you avoiding? And noticing how each step feels. Noticing how your body responds. And where do you end up when you keep taking steps? What's the end result that your ego is going for when it doesn't want you to have your heart's vision? What's the other side of that if you don't go for your heart's vision? Where are you at the end of that path? And how does it feel? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel lost, empty, confused, disappointed? Ugh, I'm here again. This feels familiar. Been here a million times. And acknowledging that. Acknowledging that you powerfully created that too. You powerfully created something from fear or grief or sadness or ego. And that's okay too. We're just seeing that you created it too. And how have you lived this before? Because the ego is obsessed with patterns. It has to recreate the same thing so it knows. Have you lived this multiple times? And if so, that's okay too. We're here to notice. And from here, as you're in this end result of your ego, of making choices based on separation, fear, I just want you to take a moment here and acknowledge your heart's vision. Just looking over to either your right or your left in your mind's eye and noticing that vision of your heart that you stepped into a moment ago. And where you are in that ego's path too. And as you're noticing both here, I want you to ask yourself, what's actually obvious now? What am I actually going to choose? And the truth is, you can choose either of those visions. But what would you love to choose? What's actually true? And what is the obvious next step to making what you would love a reality? And whenever you receive that answer, just trusting whatever came to you first, as intuition never takes 5-10 minutes to drop in. As soon as you ask the question, it will come. And whenever you have your next step of creating what you would actually love, what's obvious, and how you can merge that gap, I just want you to take a moment to acknowledge that. Take a few deep breaths. Thank your heart. Thank yourself for being in that practice. And I just want you to write it down. Open your eyes whenever you feel ready. And write down your experience there. Perhaps you want to write down some experiences of your heart's path, your egoic path, where you really noticed. And also, what you're going to choose. What's your next step? Now you can see both visions of what you could equally create. What are you gonna choose? And I'm just gonna play a song for you guys to just write, to give you guys that space to just write and let it flow.
To be found that will help you find yourself, that will lead you homebound in the shadows. There are breakthroughs to be had that will help your mind, your body and soul conquer your blocks and move past. When you look in the eyes of the world in the mirror, you'll understand what I mean when I say it's freedom to be seen. When you feel the soul that's inside of your body, take heed of my words. Let it take flight like a bird. It's time to grow. It's time to show your heart. It's time to grow. It's time to show your heart. Hide your joy, your pain, you knowing it's all in the air. Hide your wisdom, you're forgetting you're growing. This is the message you say. It's time to grow. It's time to show your heart. It's time to grow. It's time to show your heart. It's time to grow. It's time to show your heart.
Cool. How's everyone going for writing? Do you guys want another couple more minutes for writing? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, a few more minutes? Or we're good? No? Thumbs up for we want a few more minutes. Thumbs up. Thumbs down, we don't want a few more minutes. Okay, cool. I should have been more clear on that charades game then. Cool. Well, I would love, to open the floor for you guys. Anyone that's still writing, keep writing, just keep letting that flow, because so often when we're in those spaces, channel is open and you can't write fast enough a lot of the time because there's so much that comes through. So if there is that for you, just keep writing. But I want to open the floor for you guys. What did you guys notice? What was really obvious for you? What did you receive from that practice? What's really landing for you in regards to your heart, to your ego? Whatever you feel called to share. Specifically, I would love to hear about what you guys actually learned from that, and what's really landing. I open the floor for you guys. Whoever wants to share. I'm going to sit in the tension until somebody pops. Popcorn style, which means anyone can pop. First popcorn. Whoever wants to go can go. Dun, 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 dun. Crickets.
I will go.
One good thing is I'm good at sitting in the tension waiting for something.
It's all good. I thought I'd, break the silence. So my heart's path is community, living in balance with nature, and then also healing people's hearts and souls, and just abundance and joy and green everywhere, and just living completely in alignment with my integrity as a person. My ego's path is numbing, just numbing. The end goal I noticed for my ego is just to be numb completely. I mean, it's addicted to that numbing. It's like, it's crap being in the ego, and not acting. Inaction for me is my ego's tendency, rather than like relentlessly striving for something, because I'm scared of not being good enough. Mine is inaction, because it's better not to act rather than to have my fears be actualized by not being capable of what it is that I'm setting out to achieve. So it's better to not know and then just get addicted to that numbness by scrolling through social media or just watching countless hours of videos on YouTube or something. But what do I choose? I choose my heart. I choose my genius. I choose to clear everything that's blocking me from that. I think it's really nice coming into this space of just, keeping, just refocusing on what the essence of all of this is, because I really got a bit bogged down with the technical side of it a little bit, but it's nice to just re-anchor to the essence of Synchronise. So I think it's really amazing that I'm here on this call tonight. Because last time a taster call I didn't go. It's just great to be back at this level, and I can't wait to do another round. Woo! So excited. It's going to be so good. And that's all else.
Yay, beautiful. And that's really just what it's about. Hey, it's just anchoring back, because we're human. We will forget that we have a greatness, no matter how enlightened you are. And it's like, you just got to keep anchoring back, keep remembering. And I'm glad you're here too, Christine. It's really nice to have you in this taster, because you weren't in the last one. I'm excited to start the next round too. This is really fun. I'll talk about that in a minute, a little bit later, so you guys can all be aware of what's going on. But I just want to let you guys share if there's any other shares out there of like what's landing, like what you're actually learning, or maybe you have a question or you found it really confusing and you're like, I don't really get it. Maybe there's some of that there too. Just know whatever's there or whatever you feel called to share. If you guys do have a question as well, hit me with it as well. I love questions. So just gonna hang here for another 30 seconds and and see if anyone wants to pop.
I would like to pop. So my heart path at the moment is very much in my business that I'm trying to make happen. And I guess I was just sort of really imagining what that would look like. And how that would feel, and it was really beautiful to kind of try and go down that path. And I think I'm becoming more and more aware of, so the path of my ego is very much in like feelings of not feeling worthy and capable, and not feeling like you can make money off making really beautiful art, and or like more creative endeavors. And I guess it was just interesting to sort of explore that and allow that to come up, rather than sort of trying to run away from that feeling, like just to allow it to come up and really acknowledge it. Felt really powerful. Yeah, and I definitely want to choose the path of my heart, and yeah, not live in my sort of self-doubt, or feelings of lack of self-worth. And I really want those things to be behind me, and just to really come into my power and come into my divine alignment. And I'm feeling really ready for that. So yeah, thank you. That was beautiful.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here, and thanks for choosing to show up. And it's uncomfortable too, right? It's like when you really do see how you fuck yourself over with your ego. And we do that. And it's uncomfortable to look at it like, shit, oh, I do that all the time. Oh no. And it's great. Like, it's uncomfortable to feel that too. But it's like, yeah, it's also so much freedom in knowing the truth about yourself, because you can change it just as easily as you can slip into it. You can easily change it as well. So yeah, thank you for going into that and being in that uncomfortability. And yeah, lots of creative, exciting things for you, Tess, I have no doubt. I want some of your hats if you're going to make hats, because you're really great at making hats.
I'm going to make hats. I've got a hat with your name on it.
Yes. Yeah, maybe Tess, if you wanted to share that anywhere, you can send it into the Facebook group, or send me a picture and I can post it in the Facebook group as well and share
Awesome. Thank you. Love that.
that. Cool. Anyone else want to share? I want to hang out for 30 seconds and see. If not, we can move on.
Hello, me. I'm Jeremy. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Christine, for the invite. It's been really good. Awesome. I don't really have a structure as much as you guys. I didn't realise the two parts of the same question, but I'll just write down what I wrote. So the ego path, I resonated with the fear. It's very addictive, especially in these times. Like, you get sucked into all the shit online. And yeah, I've been listening to Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. I resonate with that, and I can draw the links between what you were saying, Paige. Being present, and I think more for me, observing your own reality and your mind, and taking a step back and feeling what you're doing, not just doing it. Yeah, and then so my heart's path is to endure the process of the work or what you're doing, even if it might be hard or challenging to your ego. And then to brings you back to being in the present moment of like, it might be hard, but you enjoy it. And so by following the heart's path, I guess I'll be releasing my own ego, and when I release the ego, its grasp is only given life when you give it. So I guess when you walk away from that fear, you release I feel like I'll release that part of my ego to do that. Anyway, that's all I got.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing. And it's true, right? It's like you take the power out of your ego. And that's the beautiful thing. It's like, it feels like that sense of relief, because when you do choose your heart, it's not that your ego dies, it's just that you're taking the power out of it. You're just refocusing, redirecting your power back into your heart. And I think that's a beautiful observation that you had. It's like, you don't need to let it die, just refocus, which is beautiful.
All right, can I add one more thing?
Go on.
So, like, September's been a crazy month for manifesting, because I've sort of taken a more conscious role of focusing on what I really want. So I guess walking away from the fear. And it's been amazing just focusing on the little things that really matter, and having that end image in mind, and it's almost everything I manifested in September I got. And it wasn't just a crazy coincidence. It was just like, it was the things that happened, like they shouldn't have happened, and I just materialized like that.
Well done. Amazing. Choosing your heart. And it's so true. When you choose your heart, things appear and you're like, how the hell did that happen? I don't even know. And it's so true, right? So a lot of the time when you speak to someone who is in their genius, like an artist or someone who, you know, plays piano, and you ask them like, how do you do that thing? And they're like, I don't know, I just do it. And that's really a lot of the heart, right? It's like all the time, it's effortless when you're in that space. It feels so effortless because it's your true nature expressing. And it's like when it manifests all of these things that you wanted, you're like, I don't even know how that happened. It literally feels like magic. And that's when we talk about magic here. It's like, it is real. Maybe not to the, you know, the rabbit in a white hat or whatever, but it is really real. And it does feel effortless to be in that space and feel really beautiful. So kudos to you. Well done. Amazing.
Awesome, Jeremy. Well done.
Yeah, let's celebrate Jeremy. Great. Well done. Cool. Cami, did you want to share it, or you can shake your head at me if you're like, nah, you don't have to. I just want to give you that space. Cool. No worries. Cool. Well, thank you, magicians. You guys are amazing. And it's been really fun. I'm going to speak about Synchronise Me for you guys as well, so you guys have that information, what it's all about. And Christine, I might get you to just share a couple of words about Synchronise Me, just from you as well, because you're a student. It's better to come from you as well. Will probably explain it different to you. But I'll speak a little bit first, so just to give you that time to be like, what do I want to say? Yeah, so Synchronise Me, we actually are kicking off another round next week. So basically how it works for Synchronise Me is there's actually 12 core modules that you will get. That's the foundational stuff that we want you to know. If you were to join Synchronise Me, we're like, cool, we want you guys to know 12 core modules, which in that you get all of the definitions that we use. We teach you intuition, how to do readings on other people, how to do readings on yourself, how to do different emotional expressions to move that energy out of your body, how to actually shift your perspective through intention and through conscious awareness, so many other things. So that's 3 months. So we say it's a 3-month course, but it's not. You get it for a whole year. So you get access to all of the live calls, all of the live events for a whole entire year. So we might do those 12 core modules 2 or 3 times in a year. And so that's why Christine's like, yay, we're doing another round, because this is her second round doing it. And then after that, we do bonuses. So we've recently just done an inner child series as well, where we go in depth into how our inner children express and how to heal that. And then we also just did a 6-week anger course as well, just targeted at anger. So we do different bonuses. So throughout the whole year, you get 2 or 3 rounds of the core modules, then lots of different bonuses as well. So it's a whole year access, but then you actually get lifetime. So you get, it probably sounds really confusing saying it like that, but you get access to all of the live stuff with me and with Ellie and with all of the community for a whole year. And then after that, you just get lifetime access to the recording. So you don't get any new stuff, but you just get all of the previous stuff that's saved in your back office forever. And then also in Synchronise Me, you get that. So you get 2 calls a week. The second one is optional. They're both optional depending on, you know, your time schedule and if you can make it live or not. Otherwise, everything's recorded and uploaded into your back office for you. So every Tuesday, which is tonight, we do live integration calls. So you'll go through the videos, you do your own practices, and then we'll integrate it live and we'll do it all together, and I'll explain it in further depth so you guys can integrate it all together. And then every Friday, I open a space for a question. So if you guys have a conflict going on with somebody or yourself, or you're struggling in a certain aspect or a certain way, you can jump on there and get support from me, either one-on-one or with a group, depending on who jumps on. Sometimes people don't jump on, sometimes people do, depending on what's going on in your life, but it's extra support for you there. You also get a Facebook community, Facebook group. That stuff's uploaded, or you can communicate with people there. You get your own Basecamp channel as well, so you get it with me and the team, and then also the group the group messenger as well. So you can communicate there, which is Basecamp's just a lot better to use, and it's really straightforward. It's like your own little back office. And then you also get live events. So we are going to be doing, Christine, you probably don't know this yet, but January next year, we're going to be doing some live events. So yeah, this is exciting. So that basically means we're online for 2, maybe 3 days. We're going to try and keep it to 2, where we just go through all of the content, integrate everything that we can in 2 days. So that will be from like 9 to 5 WA time. Queensland time will be different. We'll be going through all of the practices for 2 days. So those are live events. You get access to that multiple times a year as well, and you got lots of different bonuses, and you get you can get different monthly bonuses as well, where Ellie might jump on for a masterclass, or I might do something extra as well. We always do it very intuitively, so we might add stuff in different places, because it's all like, cool, like what does the collective consciousness need right now? Like what do you guys need as Synchronise Me participants? And then we do that thing, like anger, right? A lot of people feeling powerless right now, for a lot of anger at the world, like stuff going on. So we're like, cool, let's do some anger stuff. So you get all those bonuses, as well as the inner child stuff and the anger series as well. And yeah, access to support and community. So overall, in regards to price, you can pay, if you wanted to do this, you could pay in full for $19.97 or $179 a month for 12 months. That's what it normally is. Or you could just get 10%, which is what we're going to offer for anyone on the taster call. If you guys wanted to join, you get 10% off Invest in Full and the payment plan as well. So 10% of $179 is $17.90 off. Haven't quite worked that out in maths, but yeah, same as 10% for Invest in Full as well. So that's going to last for 24 hours. So that discount will end tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, 12 p.m. by the way, or 12 a.m. I should say, 12 a.m. But if you guys wanted to book in a call with me, at a discovery call, and be like, I don't know whether this is true for me, I've got questions about it, or whatever you wanted, and just to actually tune into it and be like, is this true for you, or is there somewhere else to go? Then you can jump on a call with me and ask me a bunch of questions. And then if you did want to join, I would still honor the 10% if you booked a call with me. So that's an option for you guys as well. Yeah, that's everything about Synchronise Me that I have to share about what's going on. Christine, is there anything that you want to say about Synchronise Me? What is it for you, just to hear it from a student of the work?
Yes, I've got a couple of notes. They're sort of not really, I probably won't be follow them, but yeah, it's I think honestly, Synchronise Me has been this sort of thing that's just been pushing me closer and closer to my heart each week. And obviously we know that this sort of work is not always for the faint of heart. It's like, it can be really triggering going through a lot of this sort of stuff. How many months have I been doing it now? Since March or February? Yeah, that many months. Yeah, 6 months in, and I've come to a realization tonight, actually. That's why I had a bit of a cry sesh earlier, you know, about things in my childhood that I haven't thought about for a long time, you know, and it really brings you to like the root cause of why you have these patterns that you just, you know, many people have think that they will just never escape or never be rid of. But this is like, it equips you with that deep understanding that you're totally capable of actually moving through this and totally reimagining yourself to the person that your heart actually is crying out for. Yeah, I just feel like it's just, I'm not the same person at all last year, and it's only 6 months in, so I'm freaking excited to see where else this leads. Yeah, and it totally meets you where you're at, so it doesn't end after you finish the year. It totally doesn't. I'm so freaking grateful for this whole experience, because my sister and I, we do it together, and it's just been such an amazing process. It's just been, yeah. And Paige is the best, Ellie's the best. Oh my God, I love the whole space, and I love everyone that comes onto the calls. It's the best thing that's ever happened in my life. So thank you. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me want to cry. That's really nice. Oh, I love you, Christine. I've been so proud to witness Christine. She quite literally is a different human. So going from being so scared to speak on camera to now actually having confidence to speak on camera is huge. So many things that have changed about Christine. So thank you. I love having you here too. You're an absolute blessing. And thanks for sharing that.
Love you.
Beautiful. Alrighty, guys. What I'll do, just for your information, I'm going to just copy and paste the link for all of the information about Synchronise Me, the website, in the chat box. If you guys wanted to copy and paste that, or just click on it, that has all the information there that I already spoke about. And there's a call link there if you wanted to book in a call with me, or just to ask me questions about it, or to see if it's true or if it's not. Yeah, and there's all that stuff there as well. So also FYI, I should probably tell you this before you go, the, how do you spell that? So the coupon for 10% discount is SM Taster as well. If you guys wanted to use that tonight for any reason or right now. Otherwise, you can book in a call with me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. It's been so nice to share space with you guys, and to meet new faces, and to also share space with my friends from all over the world, from WA, from Queensland, from everywhere. It's been really, really nice. And please use the tool. Please use it. If you use it every day, honestly, it will change your life. It will transform you if you actually allow yourself to use it every day. And yeah, I love you guys a lot. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Paige. That was really lovely. Really appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're so welcome. It's been so nice.
See you guys. Nice to meet you.
Bye. Bye, Jeremy. Bye, Cammy.